All right, guys. So recently I've made some content around these two TVs showing this exact sequence. This is God of War 2018. This is an amazing game and it looks great. Now, listen, I'm going to be investing into some new camera equipment that's coming soon to the channel. I'm deeply invested into making this thing a much more professional scenario. But what I want to tell you is up to this point, I've shot my content in what I'm going to consider to be a unique way because I haven't invested deeply into the hardware to capture. I focus mostly on the convenience of the camera that I use. The camera that I'm currently using is a Sony ZV-1. Basically what I do is I shoot in 4K and, I edit the content and I get it up. But we're looking to change things here. We really are. What I've been doing with you guys, though, is I've been making sure that I articulate myself with talking points. So I know that one thing that when you see this on YouTube, you've got to understand that the content is going to compress itself to some degree. It's not going to be exactly what I'm seeing, right? And then you guys got to factor in, you might be using a cell phone, a tablet, or whatever it is that you may be using, right? Now, from looking at my content from the previous video that was posted the other day, YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, TKK, and we are back with another video, guys. I actually want to platform this video as a bit of a welcome and an introduction to new people that might be coming to the channel. So, guys, it's 2023. We are in the month of February, and I finished my new game room, which is a room I've been in before, but this is all about TKK, and on my channel, I'm going to share a lot of different things, specifically around the technology-based side of things. Now, the sole foundation of my channel is going to be around displays. Right now, what we've got is the LG C2 and we've got the Samsung S95B. These are both in 55 class. These are on Sanus mounts. I had someone ask me from a previous short video of me showcasing this. They have the ability to move left and right. As a matter of fact, let me show you this. Left, right. So they can fully move left and right. I'll put the model to these specific mounts in the description of this video. In any event, like I said, most of the content that I create, guys, is going to be around these type of panels. I am a consumer of many of these things. Yearly, I find myself buying at least one new TV. And so I love to do predominantly gaming. That's going to be the biggest focus for me. What's going to separate my channel from others is that I don't just do TV reviews. I don't really think that I should consider myself to be a TV reviewer, but I kind of am, but not in your traditional way. I'm not going to buy my TVs and then just review them and try to pump that kind of content out. What's most important to me is building the engagement, having the conversation with you guys, answering your questions, getting to know you and allowing you to get to know me. So with that being said, let me show you guys my game room. Let's just give you a quick tour here. We're going to start with the Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo character select screen. Under that, we're going to have an arcade one-up machine. Recently on the channel, I've made content telling you guys why I returned the most popular arcade one-up machine is probably the Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I returned it. You can check that content out. When we go over to the left, we've got an Elgato key light because I am a vlogger also, and I do like to sit at the desk, make some content. Under that, we're going to have the Stormtrooper card holder, or I'm sorry, controller holder. He's holding a Street Fighter card. Under there, we're going to have some fight sticks. The top two have no sticks. They're all buttons. I got to review that content and then going down some extras. We're going to have the C2 OLED next to the S95B. And under both of them, we've got gaming PCs, guys. Heavyweight material here. The base of these machines are RTX 4090. Both of them RTX 4090. Left is 13th generation i9. Right is 12th generation. The content's been featured on the channel. So this is my desk. This is a dual setup, as you can see. Starting off on the left, we've got one Vulix arcade stick. Over here, we've got another Vulix arcade stick. The stick comes in a couple of different colorways. I do collect these. We've got the keyboard and mice. Those peripherals aren't so important, but I think the setup is clean. Then we've got two AK Racing chairs. Now mine has some cat marks in it, but it is what it is. Over to the right, we're going to have another key light to give me some, symmetry with lighting. We got Lord Vader and then a bunch of strategy guys that I just like to collect. Taking you to this side, we've got the Chulix. This is a Japanese style arcade cabinet. I've made some unique content, all original content in regards to how I acquired this and my experiences with it, putting this together. This is not stock at all. We've got some artwork on the wall, and I've chose to decorate my room with my arcade sticks. This is a piece of my collection. Some of these sticks have been reviewed on the channel. Many of them have actually, and I plan on doing more. And when you come into the room, it's actually the last thing you see when you're leaving the room. I am TKK. It's very important that we continue to ask ourselves who we are. Question yourself. Have some integrity. Now, within this video, I've titled it a certain kind of way. I'm not sure exactly, but let's talk about this. And we're going to do that right after this transition. The content is going to compress itself to some degree. It's not going to be exactly what I'm seeing, right? And then you guys got to factor in, you might be using a cell phone, a tablet, or whatever it is that you may be using, right? Now, from looking at my content from the previous video that was posted the other day, this particular panel looks blown out, and that's not the case. And I've specifically said that. And even my camera person is shaking their head no, because it doesn't. The best way I can describe this to you, and I'm telling you, this is what I think makes my channel unique. And I'm going to retain this part of what I'm about to do right now. It's just me telling you, because I own these displays. These are not situations where it's like, I got it for a week or two, let me return it after I got my review out. No, I've spent time, intimate time with these, right? This looks so phenomenal. I can't even describe it. It's like, I think this is exactly how it's supposed to look, honestly, over here. Is because I'm seeing like fog, and there's this sunlight, like it's daytime. What this TV doesn't do, in my opinion, as good as what this one does, is the shadow detail. And so I made a comment within the video that I'm referencing where I was, looking at Kratos here. And then when I went over here, I said, he looks like the Grim Reaper. His face is not crushed. There's just really good shadow detail there. It's really good. Like, he looks angry. This Kratos looks like he's sad. This Kratos looks mad as F. Like, that's the best way I can describe it to you. Camera person, what do you think? You agree? Like, all right, so some other things that I'm seeing. The colors, because Kratos is a god, I think his skin tone is more pale. I think that's more so how Kratos looks. But this Kratos looks like he got a hell of a tan. I'm telling you. And it looks good. It looks good, right? Some other things I can give you as comparisons. There's like this, okay, to the right of his axe, there's like this fog, right? The fog looks deeper on this. Like, there looks like it's more dense on here than it does here. It could be masked more on here because of the brightness, but I'm not sure. But on here, because of that shadow detail that's in the back, I see that fog more. Do you agree or disagree? Okay. I mean, this is the kind of content that I shoot on this channel here. Because at the end of the day, no matter how good my camera is, I can't bring to you exactly what these are going to look like. When this content is made, you put these TVs on a type of base that looks good for you, and you live with it. They're all going to do things a little bit differently. Now, we understand when the S95B came out 8 months ago, there was a crowd of people that didn't really financially invest into this type of technology that was extremely hyped for it. I'm not the person that's going to read graphs. I'm the guy that's going to go and buy it when your favorite reviewer is going to have it, guys. That's who I am. And so because of that, I'm also still a consumer. So I'm going to sit down and actually enjoy my stuff. I'm not going to spend a week or two on YouTube waiting for somebody to tell me what they think, because I've already researched and I know enough about these, and I've had a long enough history to know what's going to be best for me. To this day, In 2022, the LG C2 was my personal favorite TV. Now, keeping in mind, I have this TV and I have the A95K. We did the A8, A90K. We did the G8 Neo. This is my personal favorite. Why is it my favorite? It's because it gives me a level of picture that I'm more familiar with, and it works. I understand that this is more bleeding edge, but again, I don't want to ramble. I want to say thank you and welcome to my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't. And if you have something to add to the discussion, please do it. We make videos pretty regular here and we like to have a good time. I'm all about positivity. I don't like to argue and fight and fuss. I just want to have a good time and talk about TVs. And if there's a moment for me to be taught, please do so. I'm going to catch you guys on the next video. Peace. God bless. And as I always say, max love.